Donuts, rings of fried dough that can turn any adult into a kid again. We all have our loyalties when it comes to brands, but who's really at the top of the food chain when it comes to these sugary wheels of delight? Dunkin' Donuts. You gotta give it up for Dunkin'. Once you walk into one of their locations, you're hit with that unmistakable aroma of coffee and baked goods. It's like walking into your best childhood memory, but with better coffee. Their donuts aren't overly fancy, but they have a quality. They know what they are, consistent and comforting. Their variety is also vast. You can get your classic glazed, but there's something to be said for their Boston cream or their seasonal pumpkin delights when fall hits. They aren't the richest or most decadent, but they've got a reliable feel-good factor. Plus, coffee and a donut for a deal? That's morning routine material right there. Krispy Kreme. Here's where the debate gets glazed and confused. Krispy Kreme, let's be real, is like the luxury brand of donuts. When that "hot now" sign flickers to life, it's nearly hypnotic. The freshness factor is through the roof. A warm, original glazed donut from Krispy Kreme melts in your mouth. It's like eating a sweet cloud. It's an experience, a treat, something you drive out of your way for. Their selection outside of the classics is pretty solid too, although they definitely lean on that signature sweet glaze a little hard sometimes. Can you blame them though? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Tim Hortons. Alright, let's talk about the North Star of donut shops, Tim Hortons. It's Canada's sweetheart of coffee and donuts, and there's a homey quality to their products. Not quite as sugary as Krispy Kreme, not as bold as Dunkin', but solidly in the middle. Timbits, their bite-sized donut holes, are a stroke of genius for the indecisive snacker. Their donuts have a doughier consistency, which some people love. It's comfort food, the kind that pairs well with a hockey game and sub-zero temperatures. The underdogs. But let me not forget the local donut shops. Here in Portland, Oregon, people will clamor about Voodoo Donut, and rightfully so. Their donuts are wild, inventive, and a feast for the eyes as much as the belly. Blue Star Donuts, with their gourmet flair, are another PDX favorite. They've taken the art of donut making to a level where you almost feel fancy eating one. And across the U.S., there are countless mom-and-pop shops serving up donuts that could easily dethrone the kingpins if they had the same exposure. It's like music. The best band in the world might still be playing in a garage somewhere. So which brand is the best? It's subjective, really. Krispy Kreme's warm glaze might be your siren call, or maybe Dunkin's dependable menu keeps you coming back. Perhaps Tim Hortons' Canadian charm has you saying A to all other options. What it boils down to is this: the best donut brand is the one that makes you happiest. It's about that moment of pure, sugary bliss when the morning hasn't started until you take that first bite. Whether it's a local haunt or one of these big three, your ideal donut is out there, waiting to be dunked. Remember, the best donut is the one you're eating right now.